We should talk about our work. Why don't you start, Claire?
Get up!
We did great working together as a team. Oh, yeah, I remember. Ooh, you've gotten grouchy these days.
You know what?
Yeah.
We worked well together, and it was diligent. We did what we had to do, and we assigned roles to one another. That way we could do what we had to do and get done.
Yeah, Claire was in charge of technology. You were the group leader that was in charge of recording times and places. I was in charge of music and props.
We would pick a day or two during the week or during the weekend to write our script, a day or two to record our videos, and then another day or two to put our videos together.
By doing this, we knew by using this strategy, our videos would be turned in on time. And lastly, we worked together well by keeping organized.
Oh yes, that was one of the most important things that we did. If we were not organized, we would not have known what we were doing, what needed to be done, and what we still had to do. By doing that and staying organized, our videos were flawless.
B7.
We also made our videos in order the chapters of the book. Decision 1 was about school,
Friends,
Parents,
dating and sex.
addictions,
and self-worth. We definitely did this. For example, our first vlog video was about school because the first chapter or decision in the 6 most important decisions you'll ever make was about school.
We also tried our best to portray each decision.
To do this, we used certain lines and actions in our scripts that corresponded with each decision.
Yeah, like in our addictions video. When Cameron was a counselor and I was a drug addict, he talked to me how bad addictions were. That's what Sean Covey did as well.
I need to go to the bathroom, okay? If the bladder the size of a walnut.
Another way we made our vlog videos go along with 6 decisions was by incorporating the book in all of our vlog videos.
This was a very important one, kids. We wanted our audience to know that our videos were about a certain chapter in the 6 decisions.
We did not want the audience to think that we were making a random video on a certain chapter without incorporating the overall message that Sean Covey gave in each chapter of his book.
Oh my goodness, there's an ocean right there.
No! No, Kelly, no! There's wild tigers in there! Don't go!
We made sure to pick the person with the most technology experience.
We did this because we knew if we picked the person in our group with the most technology experience, they could teach us what they knew, and then we could all work together as a group on the videos.
And then when we needed more help, we would reach out to our peers and instructors for guidance.
Then they could teach us what they knew.
We also made sure the quality of our videos was acceptable and looked good because who wants to watch a blurry video?
Indeed, we also acted as the viewer so we knew what they were watching and listening to. We watched and viewed all of our videos before they were published.
Well, we wanted our audience to understand what we were trying to portray in each video.
We also made sure the script reflected the book. We wanted Sean Covey to spread advice in our videos.
Yes, definitely. We incorporated lines with emotion so we could convey the audience.
Oh yes, we wanted our audience to feel a certain way. For example, in our Friends video, we wanted the audience to feel sad for Cameron because he got left on that train all by himself.
That's not what happened. We wanted the audience to feel bad for Cameron. We left him at the ice cream shop.
That's not what happened either. We wanted the audience to feel bad for Cameron for the way he was mistreated. We also wanted the audience to feel like he needed to find new friends or stand up to his old friends for how he was mistreated.
Yeah! realistic setting in each of our videos so that our audience could relate to.
Oh, yes! For example, in our video about dating and sex, for part of our video, we wanted our audience to think of, well, where do people go when they go on a date? Which is really mostly a restaurant. So we recorded at a place that made our setting look like we were at a restaurant.
Romeo, we're out there, Romeo!
To make our acting dramatic, we added emphasis to our acting and acted like we were actually in the current situation.
When we acted like we were in the current situation as a character, we acted like we were dealing with it, and we weren't being fake, but we were actually telling the truth.
Another way to make it more dramatic was that we stuck to the character traits our characters had.
Oh yes, we definitely did that. For example, in our vlog video about Friends, mine and Kelly's characteristics were mean friends. So we tried to make our character traits of being mean, rude, and sarcastic dramatic.
The last thing we did to make sure we were dramatic was dressing like our characters to fit their description. By doing this, it depicted to the audience of what the realm of the time period and the setting was.
We could have changed the quality of the videos because some of the scenes in the videos were blurry.
I think we also could have had better time management because towards the end of some of our videos, we were rushing to get them finished.
We also should have talked louder and remembered our lines.
Oh, yes, because... What's my line again?
The roles that we gave each other, Claire was in charge of technology, and she did a great job learning how to do Movie Maker really fast.
Well, thank you, Kelly. And Cameron over here, he was in charge of recording times and places, and he did a really good job at figuring out where we could record and making sure these places were acceptable and would work for us.
Thank you, Claire. We also worked our schedules together so we could record over the weekends or during the weekday whenever time was needed.
Another thing that worked well for our group was accepting each other's opinions on lines, musics, costumes, and recording places.
Oh yeah, and another thing that worked well for our group was recording out of school. At first we thought since we had very different schedules, we wouldn't all be able to get together after school and record.
But after much planning and working together with our schedules, we met on numerous occasions to record.
Leadership.
Communication.
Stay on track, no laughing.
As a group, we seemed scattered and unorganized a couple times. Improvement in our leadership would have helped us stay organized.
We also needed help in our communication because we'd sometimes make plans without notifying each other, and we'd be more scattered and in disarray.
We needed to stay on track, but not laugh, because we always want to do our work for other classes and then start talking about other things. We also laughed a lot and created a lot of bloopers.
Oh yes, we definitely had a lot of bloopers, which took up a lot of storage on our phones, which is what we used to record. But all those bloopers were just because we loved working together so much.
Decision 1 is about school. Covey talks about many different things throughout this chapter, like sticking through school and not dropping out of high school because it can cause you to have a low salary and not be able to provide for your household. He also talks about how to survive and thrive throughout high school by coping with your stress, sharpening your saw, organizing your time with the most important things first, and motivating yourself to do the best you can.
Decision 2 is about friends. Sean Covey talked about many things throughout his book, like how it's normal to have fights with friends and how it's not important to be popular because it's not a big deal. He also talks about how to deal with mean girls, gossip, and bullies. Covey also gives advice on how to make friends by not being fast to judge, making an effort building a relationship bank account, making yourself more likable, not being inclusive, being kind even when others aren't, and lifting others. Peer pressure was also a big part of this chapter because it explains things about preparation for peer pressure, clearing your goals, having a strong support system, and showing courage in times of peer pressure.
Decision 3 is about parents. In this video, we demonstrated things in the 6 most important decisions you'll ever make, like remembering the little things parents do for us, like teaching us life lessons, giving subtle advice, and using important words to gratify your parents and respect them. We also demonstrated things like telling the truth, like how Claire told the truth after she snuck out. Lastly, we demonstrated what is important to them because Cameron had high expectations for his daughter.
Dating and sex. In the 6 most important decisions you'll ever make, Sean Covey talked about dating and sex. He recommends that if you're ready to start dating, you should date intelligently instead of brainless dating by knowing the following: what to expect, the type of people you should date, you should have plenty of time to date later in the future, and the mistakes that come from dating as a teen, when to break up with your... He also clears up any myths about dating and sex, like how everyone's not doing it. You can control your sex drive. There is no safe sex, and that sex is a big deal. Sean Covey also informs you about STDs. He says that love waits and your partner will wait if you're not ready to have sex.
Decision 5 is about addictions. Covey informs you on how addictions affect you and your family and friends. He also tells you facts about drugs and their effects. Covey also gave advice on how to overcome your addiction.
Decision 6 is about self-worth. Sean Covey explains you shouldn't let other people's opinion about you bring you down. He also helps you build up your self-worth. And lastly, he helps you with problems that easily affect you.
To conclude, we learned how to work together as a team, and we grew closer as friends and classmates.
Bye!